Imagine a scene from long ago. A Mesopotamian trader, weathered by the sun, unloads goods in a distant Indus Valley port. He notices a local merchant marking a clay tablet, symbols not his own, yet strangely familiar. These simple shapes and lines are used to count goods, a system he recognizes. That night, he hears a story by the fire, a tale of a great flood, one he's heard in his own village, thousands of miles away. How could these stories and systems be so similar across such distances? We often picture ancient civilizations as isolated. Egypt building pyramids alone, China behind mountains, the Americas a world apart. But what if these cultures were connected, part of a hidden network, a global conversation that began millennia ago? This isn't fantasy. It's a story pieced together from forgotten clues. The evidence is buried in the earth, submerged beneath the waves, etched into artifacts. These objects tell of brave sailors and merchants who crossed treacherous seas and landscapes, driven by curiosity as much as trade. They were the first global citizens, connecting worlds with little more than courage and a sturdy boat. This journey into our deep past challenges everything we thought we knew. Did ideas spring up independently, or did they travel as precious cargo from one civilization to another? The answer is both. The secret handshakes between ancient cultures are deeper and more surprising than we ever imagined. We're about to uncover this lost web of connection, a web that shaped our world. Travel back to a world without maps or GPS. For most, the world was their village, the river, the mountains in the distance. Beyond that, the unknown. Yet, in different places, humanity was taking a giant leap forward, almost as if a silent alarm had gone off across the planet. In Mesopotamia, Sumerians built the first cities and invented the wheel. Along the Nile, Egyptians raised pyramids and developed hieroglyphs. In the Indus Valley, cities rose with advanced drainage and careful planning. Along the Yellow River, early Chinese dynasties cast bronze and created writing. In the Americas, the Olmec built colossal heads and calendars, isolated by oceans. Each civilization seemed a universe unto itself, with its own gods and ways of life. But if we look closer, the lines between these worlds begin to blur. Faint signals were being sent and received, weaving the first threads of a global network. The first solid proof of ancient connections comes from bronze. Bronze changed the world, but to make it, you need copper and tin, metals rarely found together. So how did Egypt, Mesopotamia, and others build entire ages out of bronze? The answer: trade on a massive scale. Archaeologists have traced tin from Afghanistan in Egyptian tombs, copper from Cyprus in Mesopotamian ruins. This was the Bronze Age web, a network of trade routes spanning mountains, deserts, and seas. It was a sophisticated international supply chain, requiring trust between strangers. One stunning clue: the Uluburun shipwreck off Turkey, over 3,300 years old. Its cargo: copper, tin, African ebony, Baltic amber, ostrich eggshells, Mediterranean pottery, reveals a floating marketplace. The seas were not barriers, they were highways. Trade wasn't just about raw materials. Lapis lazuli from Afghanistan ended up in Egyptian treasures. Indus Valley seals have been found in Mesopotamia. Each artifact far from home is a breadcrumb. Following these clues, we see a world far more connected than we ever imagined. These ancient traders and sailors were the pioneers of globalization. Their journeys reveal a hidden web of exchange and influence. Trade required more than goods, it demanded communication. In a world of hundreds of languages, ancient people invented a new language: symbols and numbers. This shared system of accounting was the first global form of communication. In Mesopotamia, merchants used cuneiform tablets. In the Indus Valley, a still undeciphered script and standardized weights. Identical weights found in distant cities suggest a shared economic system. Early writing systems, Egyptian hieroglyphs, Sumerian cuneiform, began with pictographs. Did the idea of writing itself travel along trade routes? It's a tantalizing possibility. Ideas, after all, are the lightest cargo. Symbols and motifs on pottery and seals also traveled. A design from Egypt might appear in the Levant. A mythical creature from the Indus Valley might echo in Mesopotamian legend. These were more than decorations. They carried meaning, stories, and beliefs. Ancient people weren't just trading goods, they were sharing cultures. Their exchanges shaped art, stories, and ways of thinking across continents. Land routes were long and dangerous, but sea routes were even more daring. New discoveries suggest ancient mariners crossed vast stretches of open water, connecting continents in ways once thought impossible. The possibility of contact between the Old World and the Americas before Columbus is debated, but intriguing. Traces of American plants in Egyptian mummies, similarities in pyramid architecture, and shared flood myths across cultures raise questions. Did these stories and substances travel, or are they coincidences? Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, but the echoes are persistent. They remind us our ancestors may have been more adventurous than we think. For some, the sea was not a barrier, it was a challenge to be met. Imagine the life of an ancient traveler. Let's call him Kenan, a merchant from the Levant. His journey begins with stories and stars, not maps. He loads his ship with cedar, linen, and olive oil, bound for Egypt, a land he knows only by rumor. Weeks at sea mean navigating by sun and constellations, facing storms, pirates, and the unknown. Arriving in the Nile Delta, Kenan finds a world of different language, gods, and customs. He must find a local agent, build trust, and learn the rules. Deals are sealed with handshakes and shared meals. His cedar is prized for ships and temples. In return, he seeks papyrus, grain, or exotic goods. Polished stone weights ensure fair exchange, a shared standard across the region. This system makes his dangerous journey worthwhile. After months away, Kenan returns home with Egyptian goods and new knowledge. He's seen irrigation, monuments, and heard new stories. He shares these with his family, bringing a piece of Egypt back to the Levant. Through him, the world grows smaller and more connected. Each journey is more than trade. It's an exchange of ideas and cultures. The ancient world's web was woven by countless travelers like Kenan. Their courage and curiosity shaped history. These ancient connections powered human progress. The flow of goods and ideas accelerated innovation everywhere. Bronze making and writing spread, transforming societies. Empires like Egypt and the Hittites rose together in constant communication and competition. The Amarna letters, clay tablets in a shared diplomatic language, reveal kings negotiating and collaborating. This was a complex international system, dependent on trade and stability. But what happens when the network breaks down? Around 1200 BC, the interconnected world collapsed. Empires fell, cities burned, civilizations vanished. The causes were many: earthquakes, drought, invasions. But the network's collapse made everything worse. When trade routes failed, tin disappeared, bronze couldn't be made, economies halted, famine and chaos spread. The first global system's collapse had begun. The world fell into a dark age, writing forgotten, cities abandoned. Connection brought strength but also vulnerability. History isn't just about empires and inventions, it's about human courage and curiosity. The first global network was woven by individuals brave enough to journey into the unknown. They were driven by the desire to connect. Ancient traders and sailors were global citizens, navigating without maps, building trust across cultures. Their world was mysterious and dangerous, but they pushed boundaries and moved humanity forward. The lessons from their lost, connected world matter today. Our global system brings benefits, but also vulnerability. Cooperation, trust, and shared understanding are essential. When those break down, the consequences are severe. The ancient world story is one of connection, a human thread tying us together. For thousands of years we've been seeking, learning, and building a shared world. The greatest force in history isn't technology or empire. It's the human desire to reach out, understand, and connect.